Hi there, it's Rob Anderson with DollarMoves. I'd like to welcome you to another video. Now, the video today is actually one about a couple of things that, I sell online that a lot of people, they just don't think that there's value in these things. And, I was just a guest on the Thrifting For Profit podcast just the other day. And the ladies there had me on. It was actually only Deborah Conrad this time. And she had Charlene Anderson with her also. But, yeah, Beth, I don't know where Beth was this time. But anyway, I was a guest on their podcast. And what we talked about was actually the old technology, kind of like the Polaroid cameras that I made the video on. And by the way, it was really funny because I was specifically going to be on the podcast about selling old technology, or dead tech as they call it, and also about selling niche books. And so the night before, I had sold my second Polaroid camera, the same one that I was in the video with, and I sold it for $69.99. So that was pretty funny that worked. But, I just find it really interesting that there are these things that, a lot of people think that there's no value in, and you probably have some of this stuff sitting around your house right now that that you can make a lot of, at least I've made a lot of money off of. And if I would have known about this in the beginning, like the Polaroid thing, it was like a guess, So I bought my Polaroid camera for $2 a piece and bought some film, tried them out. They were good, sent them out. And it was between 2 and 3 months of it being at Amazon, they were both sold, both of them at $70 a piece. They cost me $2 plus whatever for the film. So, go figure on that one. So anyway, yeah, so I was on the podcast with Deborah, and we got to talk a lot. She actually wanted me to get together some of my actual real-world examples of things that I sold. So if you go, I'll go ahead and put the link down below this video to the podcast. It's an hour long. The part where my interview starts, I believe, is about the half-hour mark. But I give a lot of examples on the old tech stuff that I sell, like actual real-world examples, what they sold for, what they were called, and about what I paid for them. And then also I give a bunch of examples on books too. And I chose on purpose to not have textbooks. I tried to make them non-textbooks so you can get kind of an idea of, what other types of books sell. So I'll put a link down below this video, and I'll also put a link at dollarmoves.com/guest podcast. And I'll just put that like right here. dollarmoves.com/guest podcast. And so, anyway, there's a ton of great information on the podcast. I share a lot of what I look for. I talk about, as far as books are concerned, I talk about, like rank number that I'll go for, just a lot of stuff. We got a lot. We actually went over on their time limit a little bit, and it was just filled with a lot of great information, a ton of great tips. As far as the books go, one of the things that I talk about in there is that I was on a Facebook page with people that were in the storage unit auction people. And they were talking about how books were just worthless and they're throwing them away. And I'm like, oh, dude, I put one of my videos in there showing real-world proof from January 2013 of books that I was selling and how old they were. And I had people underneath me, oh, they're garbage, I wouldn't even worry about them. And the information that they were giving was garbage. It was total garbage. It was actually the opposite of the information that I would give. Now, when you're finding out information, you want to find out from the people that are actually doing something. I sell books. Like, yesterday I sold an $85 book. I was on the podcast on Friday, okay? And then yesterday I sold an $84.99. I sold an $84.99 book. And then today I sold like a $34 book. So that's just some of the books, some of the stuff I'm selling. It's like, who do you listen to? The people who are doing it, or the people who are just like, oh yeah, that sucks, don't even try that? That's kind of why I made this video channel. So anyway, yeah, there will be a link down below this video, so you can go right to the podcast. Also, they have, the ladies that are Thrifting For Profit, they've made two new, I guess they'd be considered reports, and one of them I showed on my last video, the Thrifting for Niche Book Profits. And if you're looking to get into buying books, I'd really recommend this one because it teaches you, it kind of would start you out at a level that's higher than, so you're bringing in books, you're buying books that are at a better level than I guess I started out in. I started out and I was buying books that were worth a lot less, and the type of book, well, I go into it in the podcast too, so I really recommend it. I am an affiliate of both of these reports, but I would recommend it either way. But underneath this video, I will put a link to where you can learn more about that and or purchase it. And then also they made the Thrifting for Dead Tech Profits, and that again is like the old technology, just like we talked about in the podcast. I'll put a link down below this. And again, if you're not watching this on your computer, you can find this at DollarMoves.com/guest podcast, and I'll have all the information there. And I'll probably go ahead and just put, because I was on the Thrifting for Profit, the Amazon Way, I was on their podcast like in November of 2012, and I'll just put that link down below too, on the website and under this video. So anyway, there's a lot of money in these things, because think about it, like, unless you're selling them, unless you know, maybe you're different than me. I don't know. I didn't think there'd really be money in books. I definitely didn't really think that there would be money in like old stuff that I'm selling. I mean, I sell like floppy disks sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it's stuff that I think a lot of people are putting it out there. They would put it in their garage sales. The thrift shops aren't realizing that they're worth money. You know, there's a lot of stuff that people just think is garbage that they're putting out. They're not costing a lot of money, and you can turn them for a great profit. So anyway, both of these reports are great. Check out the podcast. That's a ton of free information. So at least then you can take a look and, you know, or a listen, I guess, as it were, and just get some new ideas, hopefully, on see some of the kinds of things that I sell. And what, you know, kind of what to look for in that way. So even if you're not into getting the reports, which the links will be down below, you can still listen to the free podcast, get the free information, and hopefully it will open up some ideas for you that you might not have thought of before. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for coming in and taking a look at the video. You know, thumbs up, comments, and subscribe, everything, all the goodies that go along with this. I really appreciate any kind of positive comments, thumbs up. And also, please do go ahead and subscribe if you like what you see and you'd like to see more. Also, I was thinking about the reason I just messed up what I was saying a second ago is that I was on my Xbox today watching YouTube, and I wanted to subscribe to a channel, and I couldn't do it. And I don't know, it was on my Xbox 360 online. I don't know if you even know you can watch YouTube on that, but I was trying to figure out, well, how do I subscribe? And I did the do more or whatever. I still couldn't figure out how to subscribe. So if you do know how to subscribe to a channel on YouTube on Xbox 360, please let me know in the comments. But I want to let you know that if you want to subscribe and you are unsure, or whatever medium you're using to watch these videos online, if you're unable to figure out how to subscribe, you can always go to youtube.com/DollarMoves, and there is a subscribe button there. And also, if you want to know when any new videos come out, or if I come across anything that I think that will be valuable or helpful to you, please join the email newsletter at DollarMoves.com. All right, guys. Hey, I hope you found this video helpful. Go out there, listen to the podcast. Again, the links to all the reports and anything that I talk about in the podcast will be down below this, or at DollarMoves.com/guest podcast. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll talk with you soon. Bye.